I'm Kevin. In today's video, I want to take you through the Northern New Jersey Porsche Club Concours portion of our club, and overall, the objective for the Concours portion of the club is to help participants uh, better understand how to look after the various materials that the cars are made up of. As an example, in the interior, you could have vinyl, leather, older cars, wood, carbon fiber, Alcantara, uh, carpet, cloth, um, various types of plastic for the instrument panel or let's say the radio, the Porsche communications PCM system, the entertainment system. So all of those components could possibly benefit from different types of cleaning products. Of course, the paint on your car, the wheels are an important area that need attention. So just want to, when you are participating in car shows, concours events, you really have the benefit of our club. This year, in 2022, our club is 65 years in existence. And we have some members of the club that have won events at such prestigious shows as Pebble Beach. And, you know, we have in the concours portion of the club, we have seminars as well as shows, car shows, concours events. So you benefit from getting information from real leaders in the you know in concours. So let's say that you're interested in participating in one of the car show concours judged events. We have something for everybody here. So we do have, let's say, novice and veteran. So a novice, basically, that means this is the first year that you're participating. Uh, Showing your car, and of course, veteran would be more than 1 year. So everybody stands a chance from that perspective. And then we have something for everybody when it comes to how much preparation work would go in. As an example, we have you could cars and coffee, uh, just display only, and you get to enjoy participating in a car show. And then we have, let's say, the street class, which is a class that basically the judges are just going to take a look at the exterior of the car, just do a walk around, and they'll be judging the car. They won't be touching anything, doing deeper inspection. So that's a class which is, I think, pretty good for uh, people who don't have familiarity, or just want to don't want to spend a lot of time preparing their vehicles, or don't have the opportunity to spend a lot of time preparing their vehicle, but they like the camaraderie, uh, and it's good to get that feedback from the judges. For the full class, also called touring, that is going to include the interior of the car, the exterior, as well as the let's say the storage compartments. And just going into a little bit more detail, the interior would include the seats. Just as an example, the seats where you sit, and let's say that where the bolster is, there's a seam between those two areas, and that, generally speaking, is a collection area for debris or dust. So you really want to keep that clean, because as you sit and the cushion is moving, that could be causing that debris to prematurely wear out the seats. So yes, it's an area that gets judged, but it's also good for you to keep clean, so you keep the value of your vehicle as high as it can be. And then the door panels, generally there's going to be like an armrest, and there might be some storage in there. First of all, that should be empty because it didn't come from the factory with things in it, and it needs to be cleaned as well. So the side pockets, your glove box, uh, the headliner in the car should be clean. The floor covering. So, generally speaking, what we say is that the car should look like it did when it came from the factory. So, in other words, floor mats are a dealer installed. So, for judging, they should be out of the car, and you'll have just the carpet area. So, you really want to make sure when you're preparing the car, you take out your floor mats, because generally speaking, the floor mats are going to do a good job protecting the carpet. But then on the outside or the perimeter of where the floor mats were, that's probably going to have quite a bit of debris or, uh, depending upon what season it is, it's going to be dirty. So that's something you want to clean. Now, the hinges on the door, they need to be clean. And generally speaking, remove the grease, because if there's, yes, grease is nice to have to keep the doors closing and opening smoothly. But grease is generally going to be a dust collector or dirt collector. And if it looks dirty, then from the judge's perspective, you're going to lose points. So just take the grease off the hinges. You could put some grease back on, after the event. The uh, inside of the glass, the windshield, the rear glass, the side glass, all needs to be clean. So glass is an area where it's one of the more challenging areas. So basically, what I do is, I'll spray glass cleaner into a microfiber, I'll wipe, and then with the second microfiber, I'll buff, and that really helps to, let's say, remove streaking. The instrument panel. So, make sure that that's dust free and that you've cleaned the surfaces there. And very few of us have glass gauges. Generally, it's probably plastic. So you want to be careful the product that you use on that plastic for the instrument panel and your Porsche entertainment system, stereo and stuff. Generally speaking, that's going to be plastic. So you want to use an appropriate product when you're cleaning that. So that's the interior. So let's say let's do the storage. So some of our Porsches have two storage areas. As an example, a Boxster or a Cayman's going to have a front and a rear storage. So you want to make sure that those are neat and there's not things that you are in there that weren't there from the factory. So underside of the lid, that's an area where you may not think about, but let's say for the front lid, that because of rain, if you're using your car on a daily basis, that's an area that's probably going to get dirty. So make sure you're looking at the underside of the hood. The latches, that's an area where again, make sure that there's no grease on that. The condition of the carpet in the trunks, and your tire, spare tire, your battery. You really want to make sure your battery doesn't have any corrosion on it. It's bad for, let's say, the life expectancy of the battery. It's not going to be as give a strong, when you need to start the car, it's not going to give as much power, much voltage as it could. So you want to keep it clean so that your battery lasts as long as reasonable. Your toolkit, you want to make sure your toolkit is clean. You try and keep the tools that are in there Porsche tools. You know, you don't want to have your Craftsman screwdriver in there. Okay, so then moving to the exterior, this is an area where most of us, let's say when we're cleaning our car, we tend to focus on the, let's say the paint. And yes, the paint is important to clean. But areas that the judges are also going to be looking at is the fit of the gaps on the car. You know, depending upon the era of your car, some of the gaps years ago were pretty generous. But you know, generally speaking, now the fit and finish of the car, the consistent gaps, that's something that the judge is going to look at. The wiper blades, that's a whole area in the judging. So you know, if you, as you're driving to the event, it's very possible because they're kind of vertical surfaces. Very possible that you know, you may have gotten some insects on that. So make sure that they're clean. Your headlights, again, that's somewhat of a vertical area, so make sure that they're clean. The outside of the glass, remember that what I said, uh, spray a microfiber with the glass cleaner and then buff. So that helps to prevent streaking. The wheels. What I do when I go to a car show, I tend to do the wheels last because if I've driven to the car show, my wheels are going to be hot from the brakes. So it's important that the surface of the wheel of the rims, the wheels are clean, as well as the tire itself. So you know, I bring some microfibers that are sacrificial, right? They're going to get so dirty when you you know, clean them at a show, but you know, try. The judges aren't. They're looking at the surface of the wheel for NNJR, uh, but if you can get your hand in there on the barrels, it just looks better. It's not a specific area that's judged. Like I said, in the NNJR, it's just the surface of the wheel and the tire. Okay. And for now, that's the full or touring class. In NNJR, we don't look at the suspension or underneath, right? We just look at those areas that I talked about. Now, in the master's class for NNJR, it also includes the engine. Now, in order to be evaluated, in order to be judged for the engine, let's go through some of these areas. And you know, as an example, the condition of the engine case, the sheet metal, the plastic, that's an area. The engine bay, uh, the fan belts and hoses, the spark plug wires. Now, if your car is a newer car, you know, the packaging of the car, the management of the airflow is so critical to optimizing getting the most amount of power and fuel economy. Basically, you can't see any of this. So therefore, we exclude those because you'd just be getting zeros in all of these areas. So uh, pulleys, bolts, underside of lid, and the latches. Those areas are important. 2022, we have a great lineup of workshops and events for Concours. As an example, at the beginning of the year, we're going to have a welcome to the club, and you know, basically we'll go through the objectives, kind of like we've done in this video. It'll be an in-person meeting. We're going to have a Patterack brothers workshops. John, Ray, and Andrew. They're really restoration experts, world renowned, and they're going to give us some tips and tricks, some hints on how we could better prepare our cars. And the when it comes to car show Concours events, we're going to have our 65th anniversary picnic. It's going to be have a car show Concours component to it. We're going to have a car show Concours component at Paul Miller Porsche. We have a car show Concours event at a farm in Asbury, New Jersey, which is really a beautiful setting. So just to go through, let's say, how points are earned. If you attend the workshops, if you physically attend the Concours events, you're going to get points. But we're a club. Everybody is a volunteer, and you're important to the success of us holding events, right? Without volunteers assisting with parking, assisting with scoring, assisting with judging, we can't hold these events. So you really are important to us, and you will earn points, but you'll also be a contributor to the success of our club. So I really hope that you'll find the benefit of participating in the Concours portion of our club, and that you'll step up to also volunteer, because that, like I said, is the lifeblood of us being successful as a club, is our members participating and being part of it more fully. So I hope you found the video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you at a Concours event and car show. Take care now.